亞洲金融論壇2017專題早餐會，以香港世界新常規中的定位為主題，探討包括金融科技、一帶一路政策及綠色金融嘅發展機遇。Goldman Sachs Asia Bank Limited 主席范華達分享咗綠色金融嘅發展概況。
So Tim Freshwater, thanks very much indeed for joining us today. And looking at green finance, what do we mean by green finance?
Well, green finance is a generic term, and people often ask that question, but it basically refers to capital raising and financial investment required for products and companies which are involved in the transition into a sustainable environment, so from brown to green.
So how important is the green economy, if one could put it that way, and green finance within that economy?
Well, the world is moving. The COP21 conference in Paris in the end of 2015, agreed to by 195 countries, set out ambitious targets for reduction of carbon emissions and greening to be done over the next few years. And that throws up huge needs for capital in various countries. Institutional investors are more and more keen to devote funds specifically to green finance projects. So the appetite there is for the products. We've got to give them the products.
And what's the sort of order of demand, if one could put it that way, in dollar terms?
I mean, the numbers are completely mind-boggling. Just China alone, according to the estimates the PBOC produced a year ago, is going to need, over the course of the 13th five-year plan, something like $1.5 trillion of green finance to be raised. The rest of the world, commensurate amounts.
And where it comes to China, would China really be looking to green finance for a lot of the sort of ideas that it has for the 13th five-year plan and the Belt and Road Initiative?
Well, I think the basic requirement is for China itself. I mean, anyone who's been to China recently knows that they need to change their environmental situation. And only something like 25% of Chinese cities have water which comes up to the standards that they've set. So a lot of money is needed by China for its own domestic purposes. But it also ties in with the Belt and Road Initiative, I think, because both are part of a great movement. China has adopted what is becoming a world leadership role in this area. So both for itself and to encourage other countries.
And where it comes to Hong Kong, of course, Hong Kong likes to see itself positioned on the Belt and Road. Do you think Hong Kong is also going to be important where it comes to green finance?
Well, I hope it is. This is basically the thesis that of this huge amount I was talking about, say it's $300 billion a year, just for China. According to the PBOC itself, 85% of that is going to have to come from private sources. Some of those within China, but a huge amount of it will have to be from international investors. Of course, Hong Kong's role, or one of Hong Kong's roles, is as the international financial center for China. It's up to Hong Kong to take this opportunity to be the providers of that finance, and I very much hope we will.
And there is a model already underway, isn't there, with the Hong Kong Mass Transit Railway Corporation?
Yeah, the MTR has led the way, as they often do, and I hope that they'll be followed by other corporations in Hong Kong who have the need for environment-related expenditure and therefore can raise green finance for that purpose. You don't have to be in the ecology business to want to raise green finance. Green finance can be raised by property companies, utilities, all those who need money to be spent on a cleaner economy. MTR's issue was a huge success, and I hope that the example will be followed.
Tim, you've been attending the Asian Financial Forum 2017. What's your impression of the forum as you've seen it?
Well, you may not know this, but I was actually sort of involved at the birth of the AFF 10 years ago because I was a member of the TDC, no longer. But what was conceived then has worked very well, really. It's built each year, and I think this year's AFF is the most successful to date.